Another way that you can come across as a human brand is having your own brand personality, or is giving your brand a personality. Remember, we have been talking a lot about the cause that you stand for, why you even stand for this cause. It's fueled by the worldviews that you have, the opinions, the belief systems that you have, and that's why you are so passionate about this thing that you now start running this cause. So the way you will now communicate this cause, it's in different ways. Some of them are a bit more aggressive than others. Some of them are about caring and loving people. Your cause could also be just making people happy. Your cause could just be educating people, let's say about finances, so that they have a better future, or educating people about insurance, educating people about personal development, coaching. Or your cause could be aggressive in such a way that you are maybe a human rights advocate, and we know that kind of advocacy is not, we are not laughing. You are advocating for your rights and you're claiming for what belongs to you. And even politics, you are advocating for a better life for the people, for a better government, good governance, and all those things. That means all these causes are very different, and that means also the way they will be communicated is very different. And you're going to communicate that to a certain kind of people. So now you need to ask yourself, who are the people I am communicating to? There are some brands that, yes, the people that they will communicate to cut across very many different industries or different age groups, interests, psychographics are all looking different. So that's a different category. But there are some brands that communicate to a very specific type of people. So in that case, it means there is a very specific target audience they are communicating with. That means it's very important to understand the personality of these people that you're trying to talk to. How do they think? What do they believe in? What do they believe is important? What are the kinds of lives that they want to have? And how do they even live their lives? That way, you're able to communicate to them easily because they will resonate, they will understand, you will connect with them. And it also means there's a certain personality that you need to put on to communicate to these people. And that is where brand personalities come in. There are different brand personalities, or 12 researched archetypes that brands can use this information to learn what's the personality of their audience and what is their own brand personality, and then see how those two can work together so that you're able to resonate and connect with your audience at a human level. Because remember, we have said we now need to be a human brand, not just a brand that is lifeless and nonchalant and doesn't care about people's emotions and feelings. So understanding brand personalities is going to be very important, because let's say that your cause is about fighting for justice, fighting for good governance, human rights, and all those things. The way that kind of brand communicates is a bit aggressive. They are not begging, they are claiming what is theirs. So that means there's a certain aggressiveness and even rebellion, and even just the words that they will use are very different from a brand like a hospital. A hospital is about caring for people, or a nurse institution, maybe caring for the elderly and stuff like that. They're all about caring for the needy, or caring for people who are not in a position to take care of themselves, maybe until they're able to take care of themselves, giving love, showing affection. So when you compare those two brands, it's very different. How they communicate will be different. And remember, we said that communications is both verbal and non-verbal. So that means this brand of the activist or the politician, the clothes that they will wear, the words that they will use, even the colors that they will go for are very different. And that kind of brand is called an outlaw brand. It does not follow the rules. It is against the status quo, and that's why it's fighting for better. That's why we are talking about this aggressiveness and even this a bit of rebellion, because they are rebelling against what is there to ask for better. They believe that there should be better for people. So the colors that they will use and their language and everything, it looks very different as compared to this brand of nurses who wants to love the elderly or people who are not feeling well until they feel better. So that's a caregiver brand. So the way they will communicate, even the brand colors, let's say even the clothes that the nurses wear, the colors that the hospital has or that institution of nurses has, it all needs to be communicating care and love and concern and inviting people. There needs to be a certain warmth and love. So that means all these things put together, and the way now you will communicate, there's a certain personality that is coming across from this nursing brand. And there's also a certain personality that is coming across from the activist or the politician brand. They're very different. So that's why it's important that you understand your own brand personality so that you are able to connect with people and resonate with them. And your brand personality now guides all your communication frameworks from the visual identity, because that personality needs to be coming out through the visual identity. That means your logo. What brand colors are you going to be using? What is the logo even going to be communicating? One should be communicating freedom and liberation. The other one is communicating love, care, concern. So from the visual identity, non-verbal communication elements, and then the verbal communication. What will be on your social media? What will be on your website and all those platforms? It's very important. And this is what will make the people resonate. The people who now believe in the cause that you're standing for. For the activist brands, it is the people who believe in liberation and freedom. They are going to gravitate towards that because they can see that this brand, it stands for what we believe in. For the nurses brand, the people who resonate with this, receiving love and care, and maybe that's the need they have at that time, they will definitely feel a connection and resonate with this brand, and that's why they will probably go for those services. So if we learn how to use these brand personalities, it could really make our businesses and our brands distinct and different from every other brand that is doing things in a way that's not very clear and intentional. So that means it's very important that you first sit and understand your brand personality, because that is what guides all your communication frameworks, from visual to verbal to the color of brand colors that you're going to use, colors of your maybe uniform that your staff uses, and all those things. Yes.